Late one night, I received a message that wasn't meant for me. I almost ignored it. But that one message changed everything. I stood frozen in the dark. The storm raged outside. Rain hammered against the windows. Thunder rolled across the sky. And somewhere inside my dead phone was Noah's answer, the answer I'd been waiting 8 years to hear. I don't know how long I stood there. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20. Long enough for my phone to finally come back to life after I found an old battery pack in a kitchen drawer. My hands were shaking as the screen lit up. The power was still out. The apartment was still dark. But none of that mattered. I opened our conversation, my heart pounding so hard I could hear it. And finally, I read Noah's message. I fell for her because she looked up. I stared at the screen, confused. That was it. Another message followed. Do you remember that day outside the gym? I swallowed hard, a little, not much. Another message. I was having a terrible day. Then another. Oh, my mind was everywhere except where I was. The typing bubble appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. I remember sitting on that bench wondering why everything felt so heavy. My chest tightened. Outside, another crack of thunder shook the windows. Then another message appeared. And you kept talking about clouds. I laughed, despite myself. Clouds. Of course it was the clouds. I thought you were completely random. A second message followed. But then you said something. My eyes moved to the next line. I wonder how many beautiful things people miss because they never bother looking up. I froze. For the first time all night. I remembered. Not all of it, just a small piece. The clouds, the bench, the sky. The words. A random thought I'd spoken without thinking. To me, it had meant nothing. To Noah, it had meant everything. Another message appeared. That was the moment. My heart skipped. What moment? I typed. His reply came instantly. The moment I realized the world felt different when you were in it. I covered my mouth. Tears stung my eyes. Because for 8 years, I had carried around memories of Noah, and somehow never imagined he'd been carrying memories of me too. Then another message arrived. And yes, the typing bubble disappeared, then returned. The silver bracelet. I laughed through my tears. I'd completely forgotten about that. I used to wear it every day in high school. Then, one day I stopped. No reason, no special story. I simply forgot about it. Apparently, Noah hadn't. You really remember that? I typed. His answer came back immediately. I remember everything. I stared at the screen, my heart racing, because suddenly there was nowhere left to hide. No more questions, no more guessing, no more pretending. I took a deep breath, then typed, Noah. The typing bubble appeared instantly. Before I could lose my nerve, I continued. I think there's something you should know. A long pause followed. Then, Emma? I stopped breathing. One word, one name, and somehow it changed everything. You knew, I typed. His reply came seconds later. No. Then another. Not at first. Another. But I started hoping. I laughed. Actually laughed. For the first time in years. The kind of laugh that comes when your heart finally stops carrying something heavy. For a while, neither of us said anything. Neither of us needed to. The silence felt different now. Comfortable, like coming home after being gone too long. Then another message appeared. I opened it and smiled, because somehow I already knew what it was going to say. Would you like to sit on that bench again? I looked out the window. The storm was finally passing. The rain was slowing, And somewhere beyond the clouds, morning was coming. I smiled at my screen, then typed back, "I'd like that."